Hey, what's going on, everybody? JC here. Special guest for me tonight, Miss Keisha. She will be joining me tonight. Topic of the day is ways to heal in a healthy manner. So yeah, everybody gather around. Y'all already know what time it is, JC. Hey, Keisha, once again, so everybody gather around. You know. Hey, what's going on?
Hey Jay, chilling, sleepy, tired, but I'm good. I'm
Yeah,
just
I
a
feel
little bit
you.
sleepy and tired, but I'm good though. How are you?
I'm doing good. Some blessed and highly favored. Thank you so
Uh,
much.
Amen. Yes. Okay. Hold on, I'm
So
trying
yeah.
to share.
So yeah, I want you to introduce yourself to everybody. Tell everybody a little bit about yourself.
Hey everybody, how are you all tonight? I'm so glad that you joined. I am Coach Keisha, and I am your international certified life coach for men. And international life coach, certified life coach, relationship coach, and leadership coach, and founder CEO of Open Arms Connection. It is a life coaching practice. All right.
Okay. All right, because this is a topic that was a request from somebody from our last video about
Mm-hmm.
healing. So we talk about when you think
Mm-hmm.
about healing, what that comes to your mind?
Right. So everybody join in this conversation here on our live tonight, our show, and you let us know what you think healing is. What is the definition of healing? What is healing? What does healing mean to you? As we may know, healing starts with you. It doesn't start with anyone else but you. It starts with you. Healing takes place within you, and healing is a process. When you're going through a healing process, and we'll talk a little bit more about healing from different. I know someone asked me about healing from relationships, broken relationships, and healing from people going ghost on you. Healing is a process, and you have to be careful what you listen to and who you listen to. You have to guard your ear gates and your heart when you're in the healing process. So let's
Yeah,
start
you're right about
with,
that.
because you know,
What's
Jay,
going on?
when people go through a healing process, people think that you're supposed to seek answers from other people. Now, granted, God do put people in your life. He assigned people in, and he appoints people to come into your life during your healing process. But you must have discernment. You must ask him to turn up the volume on discernment and ask him to help you discern, because everyone and anyone cannot speak into your life or speak into you or speak to you in regards to healing and giving you advice during this process. Is detrimental to your life. And this is what I mean: healthy healing, not healing that you feel that you should do things to sabotage yourself. I put it that way. So, what I wanted to talk about tonight is healthy healing. And what does healthy healing look like?
Yeah. What's going on, Angel, Liz, Linda, Tiffany, Spring, Cobbs? But yeah, like I said before, everyone has their own definition of healing. For me, I just feel like healing is just a process of reevaluating yourself. You got to know who you are,
Mm-hmm.
have identity with who you are, and don't let nobody take that because the world will shape you. If I already tell you who you are, but you got to have a self identity and a self definition of who you are and what you're about. and you don't let anybody else
Mm-hmm.
define it out.
Mm-hmm. And that's when people really truly get cross up, Jay, when they they hear someone else's definition of healing, or what they feel is healing, and then they go forth with listening to that individual. Healing, like I stated, it starts with you. It starts with you. And the first things first. Now, I speak from a biblical standpoint. Um, like I said, we have different people that listen to different things. And some people don't listen to the biblical standpoint. But from my standpoint on the biblical side of it, it starts with the Lord. You have to obtain that healing from the Lord. You have to speak with Him first. You have to. That's the number one. So I was trying to look up the definition of healing. If people say they want to just go out there and Google healing, that's what I wanted to look for. But somehow my computer is not acting right. Hey Linda, thank you. Hey Angel. Hey Spring. Is it Asia? Michael, Jonathan, Sheree. Tiffany said, hey Tiffany. Tiffany said, believe it or not, God put your own background together at his very moment. Feathers up. Okay. Healing is when you understand your worth. Hey Daywood, I hope I said it right. And Angel, you are correct. Healing is when you understand your worth. Um, Let me tell you, I interrupted my healing a lot of time because of me not knowing my worth. People try to say all the time, this is easy. You should know your worth. You should know. It starts within. It starts within. You have to truly love you first. God first, then yourself. You have to really, truly dig deep within. Because if you don't know your worth, you know how your growth is stunted, your healing is stunted. And until I knew who I was, whose I am, who I belong to, and really stand up to who I am, that's when the healing process started. The healing is there. You just got to dig into it. You got to dig deep within and sit there and know that you need healing. It starts with self. Angel, yes, you have to love you. Yes, Linda says blessings to you, Raymond. Yes, it has to start with you. It can't start with anyone else. You have to. It's self-awareness. Healing starts with self-awareness as well. It's a lot of factors to healing. If you not self-aware and know who you are, and you don't know, you won't even know what you're healing, what even need to be healed, because you don't know. You don't even know yourself to even know what the healing that you're gonna need or you're needing. If you don't find out what's going on with you and have self-awareness, we must put value on yourself. Yeah,
And
you
we
do,
must
Raymond.
but I feel
What
like
you
as
say,
far
Jay?
as healing is, I feel like as far as healing is, anybody they can put a price tag on you. They'll say you're worth $20, $50, like any kind of merchandise, but you determine what's going to be bought. What your price is. No one should have put their own price tag on you. You should have your own core value, your own standards, your own principles of how you you live your life. And understand there are going to be ups and downs, and that's just a part of the journey that you're going to come across.
Right.
You're going to go through, heartache, breakups, deaths. It's all different seasons, and you got to know how to adapt and how to manage situations. And hopefully you have a partner with you that understand with you and empathize with you, and not just going through the motions. You want someone there who's committed to you, who is there for you, who's going to support you and lift you up, and not drag you down. Uh-oh. Like we got disconnected a little bit. What's going on, Brian? Hey, what happened? What happened, Keisha? But yeah, as far as healing is, hold on one second. Hold on one second. She come back. Hold on one second.
Jay, we
Oh,
got disconnected. Can you hear me?
yeah, yeah. What's going on?
Okay, good. Hey, yeah, I was trying to get my password for the Wi-Fi, and I ended up going out.
Uh-oh.
Sorry about that, y'all.
Oh no, you good. But
Um,
I did want to just say, healing is all about, self-awareness, self-identity, just having self-love for yourself because too many people are getting attached to materialistic things, whether it's cars, money, houses, businesses, jobs, careers,
mhm,
and nobody really takes the time to
mhm,
understand who they are. And the people have been conditioned ever since childbirth. You're a scientist or you're a basketball player, but that's what you do for a living. That's not who you are. And I think a lot of people don't
mhm,
take real time to actually take time away from social media, from their jobs, and just go somewhere where no one can see them, and they just
mhm,
meditate, and like ask themselves, or even ask God, like, who am I? Like what is my purpose? Why am I here?
mhm,
Easy to say that, as far as you go on a day-to-day basis, but it's like, how much time do you really just focus on yourself, or just have you time where you just close everything, whether it's social media, TV, phones, everything is just
mhm,
meditating, focus on your day, and focus on uh, what you want to accomplish.
mhm.
Have your own
And this
values,
is the
your
truth.
own.
And you're right, Jay. And this is why I say it's so important to um this is so important when I mean healthy. I'm so glad that you mentioned what you mentioned about the houses, the cars, the money. You're right on that. Those are what we call basically, people think self-medicating is medication, right? People think it's self-medicating by going and taking pills or something like that. People can use people, places, and things to substitute, and that's
Yeah,
unhealthy, very unhealthy, and it leads to drug use, alcoholism. It can lead to what I suffered from a long time is love addiction. You start using other people to lean on or become codependent, and you use other people not knowing that you're putting them on a pedestal, that they're idols, that you're using them to heal you. And that's not the way to go. That's unhealthy.
yeah,
Healthy healing is when you actually take the time for you and do it in a healthy manner by reading a book. First of all, the Bible, if you're biblical minded, get you a book, a nice self-help book, counseling, coaching, therapy, walk in the park, exercise. Even people don't believe exercise is a brilliant way of starting your healing process. And let me read some of these comments. Blessings. Okay, I think I read that. Okay, thanks again, Raymond. We must put value on yourself, and when you know that the healing is better, Raymond said pray for strength too. Yes, you got to definitely pray for strength, because during this process, you have to have strength. You have to have the strength. If you weak, that's when the enemy starts coming in and bombarding you with all types of mental thoughts. And prayer life is going to be your biggest thing. The strength is what you're going to need to get through this, because I'm telling you right now, I'm not speaking from textbook. I'm speaking from what God has did through me. I'm giving you my testimony. My healing process was not easy. Let me tell you now, it was not, and it's still, I'm still getting pieces put together. Healing is I'm telling you right now, it's not an easy thing. I'm telling you right now. And if you think it's easy, you're gonna be disappointed. You can go ahead.
Yeah.
I'm just opening this.
Yeah, you're right about that. I mean, it's not an easy pathway to go, but it's something that you have to meditate and just find activities that that comfort you. Just like Keisha was saying, reading a book. It might be writing, it might be drawing, it might be riding a bicycle or playing sports or going to the gym, working out. I mean, anything to take your mind off of the world or take your mind off of stress that's going on within your family or your job, your work. It's like you just need time to self-reflect, heal, and just try to see, who you are. Because, like I said
Mhm.
before, people have
Mhm.
price tag on you, and it's like when you get to a point where it's like, well, who am I? Like, yeah, you're a
Mhm.
janitor, or yeah, you're a teacher, but who are you? And that's why you see a lot of people commit a lot of suicide or have a lot of drug overdose because they don't know who they are. And they could be really rich and wealthy, but it's like if you don't have a self of identity or who you are, then you do tend to go to drugs or alcohol abuse, and it's just sad because a lot of people they have the money, but if you lack common sense, then you really not going to flourish or go farther in life, stuff like that. So we got to be cautious of that. So just because a man got money or she got money don't mean everything's well off. If people are dying like that just because they're not really getting the brain, they don't know who they are, and one thing is you don't know what that person had to do to get that money and the struggle,
Mhm.
so people looking like, oh, this person rich, but like I said, you don't know that person's journey, you don't know that person's story, and it could be a lot worse
There you
than
go.
what you see on TV, what you see in the news, So just be cautious of what you really want and what direction you want to be in, or go towards.
And people gonna tell. And another thing, Jay, people gonna tell you what they want you to hear. They gonna tell you what they feel you should know. Everybody's not gonna tell the truth. I'm not gonna say some people do live in truth. Some people do live in truth. Some people don't. Everyone is not gonna tell you how they got what they got, or what road they had to take. You don't know their feeling. You don't know their journey. You never know someone else's journey. Everybody's journey is different. So that goes back. Then I'm gonna read some more comments. That goes back to what was put on my heart when I started writing this. Your healing is not everyone else's healing. We can't focus on we can't focus on someone else's healing. Your healing, okay, just the same when we can't focus on the length of time. Your healing time is your healing time. Just because you feel someone healed in 2 months, it does not mean that you have to heal in 2 months. You have to go in, you have to look in reality. We don't know when someone is healed, because healing takes place in the inside. Healing takes place within, not on the inside. Let me tell you, what's his name? Christoph St. John, if I'm not mistaken, favorite actor on Young and the Restless. That man looked real. That man looked so well put together. No one ever knew what he was suffering from in the inside from his son's death. Everybody thought this man was the most brilliant actor. He was winning awards. He did not look like he was about to go commit suicide. No one even knew about his mental condition. So you don't know what someone has in the inside. It starts within. Just because someone has a pretty face or a handsome look does not mean they're healed. That's what we make our mistake at. Believing someone else is whole by looking at them on the exterior. And we looking at them because they dress nice, they have a tie on, or oh my God, he goes to church. That does not mean anything. You will get fooled every time if you believe that somebody out of appearance means they're healed or they're whole. The most damaged people look like $1,000,000. Anybody can dress the part. Anybody. I can go right now and go to the Goodwill and go buy a Versace suit. What you think some people you may look like you go and buy $1,000,000 clothes, and you probably go to the Goodwill down the street. And I'm not, I'm just saying, I'm not trying to be, funny, but it's the truth. You have to focus on you. You can't worry about what Tom, Dick, and Harry doing over here, and Sarah and Sue. You can't. So let me read some of these comments. Angel says, true as a black female, we have to build ourselves because we have been as that angry black woman, and that's not all of us, and it's saddening. Angel, that's true, because we're not all this angry black woman, and we just waiting to exhale woman, that we go and tear up clothes and go cut our hair, and those, and that's why I tell people movies are made to make money. People look at movies and believe that's our character. No, it's not. Why you think people get paid this much money to make movies?
Yeah, it's
okay. It's acting. Actors want to have jobs, really. If they didn't make movies, stop taking what you see and believe that's what it is. Surround yourself. Yeah, go ahead, Jay.
No, I was just saying a lot of times you see on TV, the sitcoms and movies, you see the angry black woman all loud and good and all ghetto, but like I said, that's just a small percentage of black women. Like a lot of black women out here working, doing what they got to do for their kids, their families, and that's just a really disgrace to think that all women are like that. Like the love and hip hop type of women. Basketball wise, like not the black woman ain't like that, and we got to stop using media to justify, our black women, our black queens and stuff. That's
right.
often true,
And that's
what's going on, Janice?
And people are giving scripts. Those are scripts people are using, not real life. People look at these Atlanta housewives and look at love and hip hop, and they want to live these lifestyles. These people, those are scripts. I just don't believe everything on there is real. Some of that stuff is scripted to make you watch more. You notice these in and out relationships. 1 minute they this with this person, then the next minute they on there getting engaged. What really got me on some of these shows, I see these people getting engaged immediately. Oh, I've been knowing it. This person was the one for me, but I just didn't. Y'all, please. Those things are fun to watch because I watch it sometimes. but don't get so caught up in the drama. Don't get so caught up in the not in not in you know, it's not reality. Okay, don't get so caught up in these TV shows and these love stories that these people are placing together on a piece of paper. You have your own love story that God has written for you. You need to find your story. You need to be looking and asking God to help you write your story and make sure your story, you know what your story looks like, or help it along. I hope I'm not babbling, but I'm just saying, you know, we just get so caught up in watching people on TV heal, you know, and then they have money to go to different therapists, and then all that money they have, half of them, Jay, don't even go and do and get proper healing. They have all that money, but they won't go see a psychiatrist. If they do, they don't take the medication, or they don't try mindfulness techniques and different things to get better. They go and self-medicate, and then they go and show everybody how they drinking lean and all that stuff and smoking. And then you got little children out here looking at this mess and thinking that's what they supposed to do to get themselves healed. You're cover, it's just like a band-aid covering up a wound. You can only heal, you can only cover that wound up so long, and it's gonna eventually bleed out. Because have you noticed you got to keep changing the bandages on a wound? You can't leave the same bandage
Yeah.
on there every time. You know,
No, I
people
really
need to,
can.
you know what I'm saying? People need to just really, truly know what it is to heal and what it looks like. Linda said, yep. And yes, Linda, you have to surround yourself with good people, and you know within your circle who you can talk to. Let me tell you, like I said, you got to guard your ear gates, because everyone is not a listening ear. They are running mouth. They're waiting to hear what you have to say so they can go out there and blab. Everybody is not mature, and you can't get mad at that. You know, people get mad because I used to be like that. I get angry. Oh, I wonder why they do this. Don't worry about why they do it. It could be the way they grew up. And then that's another thing. Some people grew up in homes that was two parent and healthy, and they decided to go another route. Once you raise your kids, that's their, it's up to them of which way to go.
Yeah.
And surrounding yourself with positive and good people is your best bet, because if you get around people that's negative all the time and they not truly genuine, that right there can stun it. Your healing process can be stunted. Seeking God for
Yeah.
your purpose, gifts, and ask God to surround you with right. That's right. Ask and you shall receive. Seek and knock and you shall find. He will answer. You have to seek him. You have to talk to him and ask him. See, a lot of people are so scared to ask God for things. No, he's not a genie in a bottle or a magic hat. But he said, ask. He gave us the promises. It's in the Bible. He spoke his promises. You have to go to him. He will bring the right people in your life. You have to be the one to ask. That's the thing. People nowadays, they want to do it on their within their own strength instead of going to God and asking him. Okay, I'm about to start preaching. Let me stop. So I just tell people all the time, if you don't ask God to help you wean out, that's just like, I don't want to jump off the topic, but this is what I want to say real quick, because we'll have to talk about this some other time. But I was looking at, you remember when I answered your question about Sierra J?
Yeah.
She said she asked God to remove the toxic people out of her life, and he did, and that's when he brought Russell, correct? Now,
Yeah.
even though she may not love him at that time, every time, but see, this is another thing. What we need is stuff we don't even want. That man had her healing within him. She may not have started off loving that man or feel like a rebound, but as time go on, she will see reality. That's why you have to be careful who you link up with, okay? You have to be very careful who you bring Everybody can come with you during your healing process. Everybody not going to be able to go with you when you heal. And like Angel said, that's low self-esteem. People can have low self-esteem. And low self-esteem come in many ways. Hey, Travis. Hey, Jaden. Yes, if you lean on God, he won't let you fall. Trust in God no matter what. Yes, you lean on him and watch what he'll do for you. The best way to heal is to help others, because in this way you make sense, understand the pain that you are going through, and can connect with others who are going through it as well. Yes. And then Linda said, yes, right. Somebody said, oh, Linda said, preach. I know, right? I know. I'm telling you, Linda, I was about to preach, honey. I had the Holy Spirit had come in this room, honey. He in this room. You got to hear from within. First step to win. Yes, Marlon. Right. This is so good. Thank you. Oh, you're very welcome, Linda. Marlon said, what's up, bro?
Not much, not much.
And Nina said, Nina said, everyone healed in their own way. Yes. And you have to make sure when you do heal in your way that you're doing it in a healthy manner, and not do it in a manner that's going to destroy you even more. Because you have to really, really, really research yourself in order to know where the healthy healing process starts. I'm telling you, self-medicating in that manner is not going to help you. I am in the medical field. I work in the medical field, medical field director, and I see it all the time. I see it all the time. And people feel that when they self-medicate by drinking and getting on drugs, that is supposed to help them. It actually makes it worse, because you're adding a problem on top of problem after problem. Because you think about it, it's like a layer. First you start off with the hurt, right? Then you start drinking and smoking and doing all these other things and adding all these layers. That's more stuff you got to heal. Because
Yeah.
first you think because you drinking and smoking and whatever you're doing to help try to ease the pain, you adding on to more that you're gonna have to get delivered from. Because you think about it, it started with, now you gotta start with addiction. If you start with the addiction, you gotta heal the addiction. Then you break that down. Then you got to start with the problems that made you even lead you to the addiction. So really, truly, you're doing nothing but causing more problems on yourself. Start with here, stay with here, let God work, let him work this layer out. And then, I'm not saying that, to me, healing is every day. I'm not saying the road is going to be clear all day, every day. But just know that when you do things in a healthy manner, it gets easier. God will give you the tolerance.
Yeah, you're right about that. And one thing I want to add on is just you never really know what people are going through. I mean, you think about your everyday life, your coworkers, your family members. We have to do a better job of reaching
Mhm.
out to people and quit thinking about their
Mhm.
high status because they may be a supervisor, manager, or CEO. Because
Mhm.
those
Mhm.
people choose daily life just like the next person, and we need to like reach out to family members or old coworkers, old business partners, and just hey, shoot them a text or call them and be like, hey, are you okay? You know,
Mhm.
they might
Mhm.
look at you like crazy, but it's like, look, I'm just trying to check on your well-being. That's what we gotta do a better job with, just reaching out to people and talking to people and connecting. Because I think everybody got their own struggle within themselves, and it's like people just need that person to confront them and just let them know that
Mhm.
we gonna do this, but I got your back. So
Mhm.
that's what we gotta do a better job with is is being there for people. Calling on people,
Right.
checking up on people. So, you never know
Right.
what a phone call can do and change people's lives and stuff.
Mhm. And that is so true, Jay, because what gets me, people so selfish that they don't call and check on people. When people go through depression, they don't want to hear from you. I'm gonna be honest with you because I went through it. It was at a point where my depression got so bad I didn't want to hear from anybody. As much as I sing, I'm a singer and a songwriter, I didn't even want to write. I didn't even want to listen to music. I didn't even want to hear myself sing. That's how bad my depression had gotten. Because when depression steps in, nobody wants to hear another person's voice, but you have to push it. I don't care. You don't have to call them back to back, back to back. Just continuously text and call, be there for them. They will come around. And trust me, when they do go through the healing part, guess what? They're going to remember you. They're going to remember you were the one who texted me every day, even though I was grouchy, grumpy, didn't answer the phone. You still reached out. And they're going to realize that in the long run, and they're going to see who truly is on their side and who's rolling with them.
Yeah. Yeah, they're gonna know. They're gonna know, especially checking up on them, making sure they okay, make sure the kids okay, making sure the house is okay. Checking on the
Mm-hmm.
wife, the husband. Just nothing wrong with making a phone call. You can, like I say, you can change lives, and you got the people. Just because they saying
Mm-hmm.
everything good, all right, you never know what's going
Don't
on
mean they're not. Right.
underneath the layers.
And I'm right. And I'm glad you mentioned marriage, Jay, because people don't think that people in marriages go through depression and anxiety. That's
Yeah.
when the devil attacks more. When you're married, he attacks couples because he knows the impact that they have on what they can change. He hits couples worse when they're married. And depression will kick in, and you have to know who. This is why the dating phase is so important. You need to do a lot of discovery when it comes to dating. You need to know who you're dating. You need to know who you're going to be involved with. And you need to have those deep conversations and be there for people. What bothers me, Jay, I always, I love to love, right? So I love to love. I love to love, y'all. Talking to people and helping people is my healing. It helps me. And I love talking, even though I'm so busy right now because God got me working on something. But I'm a big talker. I love to communicate. And I say for myself that I can reach out to people, and people always think you're trying to force yourself on them or something. I just have a big heart like that. I genuinely care. When I care about you, I care about you. When I say I love you, I love you. Just because someone say I love you does not mean they want to be romantically involved with you. I'm so tired of that. That I don't even know what to call it. Lord help me, Holy Spirit. Some people are so one way track thinking. People feel like we got to get out of there. Just because someone say they love you does not mean they're trying to hop in the bed with you. That doesn't mean that they're trying to be in a relationship. They can truly really love you and care about your well-being. That's what love is. That's what Jesus is. He is love. He is within us. He lives in us. And just because you love somebody, and that's why it makes me angry, because it upsets me, because people that truly love hard like that, like me, they make people like me feel bad, because it make you feel like, wow, I can't love, because every time I do love or I show attention to somebody, they feel like I'm trying to come on to them or I'm trying to be with them. And so you end up bringing people to condition their minds to think, well, maybe I am trying to talk to them. Love is love. If it's genuine, it's love. Let somebody love you. Let them. Now, give or take, if they start having feelings for you and you want to tell them, hey, I love you as a friend. If they can't take that, well, then that's maybe somebody you need to let, go. But allow people to love you. Stop this. This is was 2019, sweetie. Stop all this every time somebody want to love you and feel for you and care for you. That could be the very person God help you use to help you get your strength back.
Yeah.
Take advantage of the moment. People are so much involved in thinking that they have to be with a person. You can literally have a good friend. Now, if something grow from that during that healing process, well, then that's meant to be. But allow people to love you and embrace you. Allow people to love you. Why won't you do the same? Reach out to that person that you feel like you care about. That don't mean that you're trying to date them. It could be somebody God put on your heart. If God put it on your heart to call somebody, do it. If they don't want to answer, okay, that's fine. But you do your due diligence. You do what God assigned you to do. You obey him. If that person doesn't want to listen or don't, that's them. But
Yeah.
in order to doctor people back to health, Jay, you have to allow people to love you. That's another healing. That's another healthy healing step. If you got genuine people that really is there to help you go along the way and speak life into you, let them. You don't know what God allowing them to pour in you.
Yeah.
Because sometimes people don't hear his voice. You see? Some people don't hear the voice because they're too drowned in sorrow or whatever's going on with them. So he uses a vessel to talk to you. But if you sit there and ignore them, you could be missing out on your blessing. Because
Yeah.
people
You're right about that.
it's so twisted how people misconstrue things in their mind and how they think in the worldly way. That's the same thing with sex. Yeah, I said it. Sex. People construe people people misconstrue sex all day. But what people don't know, Jay, sex was for it's healthy. It is healthy within a couple, a married couple. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sex can, people, a lot of people may not agree with me tonight, but sex can heal. I'm not saying it in that way. You know what I'm saying? That's when you're in a healthy marriage.
Yeah.
Because people take sex and twist it and make it demonic. That's why.
Yeah.
People afraid to
I
talk
mean,
about the real life things.
yeah. And then you talking about loving somebody. Loving don't have to be. It don't have to always have to deal with sex. I mean, it could just be, just being shoulder to cry on, just someone
Mm-hmm.
there to hold up the day, and showing you your love language, whatever it may be, whether quality time, act of service, gift giving, just be a
Mm-hmm.
blessing to hear. Um,
Right.
you know, it's all love. I mean, I feel like everybody talking about love and sex is like I think that just clouds your mind, your judgment. So
Mm-hmm.
you know, you
Right.
just got to be comfortable with that.
And it was, I wanted to look at um, you know how a wound heals, right? So I was looking at like when you get a wound, it starts with the hemostasis phase, then the defensive inflammatory phase, the proliferative phase, and then your maturation phase. You know, God is amazing. He's so strategic. Everything falls in line, whether it's a wound that somebody, got cut or hurt. It's the same thing in the inside. You got to look at it in so many ways. Let me see. So Steven said, "Hey Tevin, if you're still here, and don't." Steven says sometimes people cannot heal because sometimes people do not even realize they are in pain. We are taught to look for red flags. However, we are never taught to show the white flag, which means people give in to each other when we see our loved ones in emotional pain. Now let me talk. Now I don't have but a few more minutes, but I'm so glad Steven said that. Let me say this, Jay. This another thing what made me think about what Steven said. We are so scared to tell people the truth. We are so frightened if we tell them the truth that they're gonna leave and they're not gonna want to deal with us, or they're gonna think the less of us when we don't tell them the truth. If you see somebody in pain, if you see the red flags, tell that person. Let me tell you something. The person that violated me, I told him he did. See, at first I was scared to tell him what he did, how he did it, and who he was. And I told him he was a narcissist. I told him he had the Jezebel spirit lingering around in him. You think I care if he liked me or not and never talked to me again? No. Because I let him know I see the pain and I'm telling you there's pain.
Yeah, you're right
So
about
tell
that.
people the truth.
But yeah, though,
And
like I
Linda
said, he made
said,
some good points about.
mm-hmm. Go
I mean,
ahead,
whenever
Jay.
time to show white flags, I mean, people give to each other when we see our loved ones' emotional pain. Yeah, we're just kind of. A lot of times we just kind of stick, like, hold it in, and a lot of times, like, personally, as men, really don't really have that safe gate to cry or try to have any kind of emotions, and it really eats us up in the inside. And you see a lot of times you have guys like the Steve Stevens guy on Easter just blow up and
Mm-hmm.
start calling people just because he's having a messed up day, and people don't understand that that didn't just happen that day. All that was built up, built up.
Mm-hmm.
People
Mm-hmm.
calling names, and a lot of stress that he hasn't really came to the forefront, and he hasn't gotten help, healed, and really got to tell men, I mean women too, but mostly men, that it's okay to say I don't got this, I need help, I need therapy, I need
Right.
guidance. We gotta let people, like I gotta let the men know that it's okay to reach for help. Don't feel less of a man that you need help, and just
Right.
go out there and ask people. You know, I'm struggling
Yeah.
with this, and ask people who non-judgmental, who's there to help you out. A lot of clinics out here, a lot of information for people that sit down and talk to you. So you gotta use the resources that's available to you.
Right. And I'm so glad you said that, Jay, too, because people act like that it's wrong to reach out to people. You're not a coward. You're not a punk. You're not a weak man or weak woman because you reached out for help. Actuality, that's strength because you're recognizing you need help. And this, let me tell you something. I am a international certified life coach for men. And I'm telling you right now, men, to whoever is listening, because I know God is putting you on here. for the listen, whether you're on live or when you listen to the replay. Hello, replay viewers. Just because you're a man does not mean you don't supposed to get help. If you need help, you need to reach out. Let me tell you something about a guy that reached out to me, and I was very offended. Guy reached out to me, said that he wanted a coach. Come to find out, he didn't really need a coach. Then he says to me, well, I never saw a woman. I can see a woman helping me as far as being a coach because you're a woman. Let me tell you something. God could put a woman or a man. And just because I'm a woman does not mean I don't know a man. Gives me direction. And I am a part of a man. When God saw that Adam needed a partner, he made Eve.
Yep.
I'm a part of you. I'm a part of you. So don't say because I am a woman or another woman, you go and deny the help that God is telling you to go to because of a woman, because I'm a woman. So what do you tell your mother? Oh, you're a woman, mama. You don't understand. You don't understand, mama. So I'm gonna go listen to daddy. What you gonna do if you don't have a father? Just because you go to a man, not every man know every man. Every man don't know. Some are in pain themselves and they can't teach you anything. But when God called on a woman to help you, you gonna deny the help because I'm a woman? Because, I don't understand a man, so I shouldn't be going. That is nonsense. That is single-minded thinking. You're not thinking outside the box. You're not trying to heal. You're not trying to get whole. Because if you limit yourself with the limited thinking mind frame like that, you will never get the help you need if that's how you feel. Because women can do things better than a man sometimes. Honey, let me tell you something. I have treated men better than a man treat a woman. I have bathed him. I have brought him, I have washed him. I have made sure his clothes was clean, ironed. He's fed. He come home, candlelight dinner, bubble bath, wine. Don't tell me what I can't do. I've taken out garbage. I've changed tires. I've changed oil. I go check the tire pressure. I've done more than some men do. I take out the garbage. Get under the car and try to fix it if I could. So don't say that you are limited by not coming to a woman. You will never get the help then. And another thing a lot of people that gets me is money. If you need help, you genuinely tell a person, hey, I'm having a struggle right now and I don't have much money. Can you help me? God may say, you know what, go ahead and help this person for free. I have a pick your price package for life coaching. I'll tell people in a minute, I can do a pick your pricing. I run a pick your price coaching package monthly. And I'll tell a person, here's the range. What can you afford? Because it's not about the money. And then it shouldn't be about money. Your health, your healing should be number one. That bothers me when people have that limiting thinking, Jay. When I don't have the money. You don't know what. You may just go get help tomorrow with $5 and God may pour down 50 million so that you can get the help.
Yeah.
You know? And Linda said, Linda said that's part of love. I need you. I love you. I care about you. That's right. This is good. She said she waiting for part 2. Velma said, hey, this must be your dad. And
Yeah.
Steve said sometimes in order to help, hey, Mr. Collier, sometimes in order to help
I was doing
people
that.
in their pain, have to come down from where you are to where they are in order to feel their pain. This is how we share each other's burdens. This is the difference between hearing and listening. And that's true, Stephen. Some people are so up there that they forgot they used to be here. See, God has shown me through my process that He wants me to be, He's showing me humbleness. You know, that's another thing with people with these big titles. No one knows that I'm a CEO. No one knows now, but no one knew that I was a CEO, that I was a singer, songwriter about to have a hit, a book come out. I don't have to do all that because I'm humble. I let my work, my writings, my teachings reflect on helping someone. You understand? You better know when you get up there, getting up there is harder than being down here sometimes. And if you don't remember, you used to be down there with them, and you get up there thinking you on a high horse and you looking down on them, God will bring you right back down with them to understand. If you don't get humble, God'll make you get humble.
Yeah.
Read Deuteronomy. Read Deuteronomy. Read the book Deuteronomy. Read them. I guaranteed you, God don't play. Because you got to remember, at the end of the day, we are His. He made this earth. He made everything. Don't think because you get away with stuff for 10, 15 years and not dealing with the pain that it ain't going to creep back on you. Where do you think depression comes from? What do you think
R. Kelly.
PTSD? You understand?
R.
Look at
Kelly.
R. Kelly.
R. Kelly. Yeah.
Look at him.
Yeah.
That boy
Yeah.
right now back in jail, isn't he? He had to turn himself in, didn't he?
Yeah.
That boy right back in there. He said it when you listen when people tell you stuff. That man said he had demons. That man specifically said it, Jay, that he had demons.
Yeah.
People thought that was a joke because he made bump and grind and your body's calling. Oh, that's my jam. If you listen to the words of that man's music, he was singing his pain. That was part of his healing. But what R. Kelly didn't realize, Jay, that all that singing and music ain't gonna do all the healing. Baby, you gotta go head on and attack and go head, dive into the problems.
Yeah.
Your music gonna always be there. Yes, that's part of your story to help you heal. But you gotta remember, you have to get deep down of why you feeling this way and why you writing these type of songs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because if you think about it, some of these artists, that's all they talk about is sex in their music. R. Kelly, that's all he talk about. And grinding. At one point, he would come to Mississippi. And I think one time he was banned from Mississippi, or I forgot where it was, because he was grinding and grubbing himself, and nobody want to see that stuff. But he's only lashing out and what he think is right. Now
Yeah.
look at this man. Look at R. Kelly. Man, that man is intelligent and don't even know it. That man can write his tail off, make music like it ain't never been before. But because he didn't attack his healing head on, look at him. Just cause he R. Kelly, he get arrested too. Don't think because you R. Kelly, or look at Bill Cosby.
Yeah.
Look at all these people that got these names. Just cause you got a name don't mean a thing. But Jay, I'm gonna let you finish up, then I'm gonna leave off in a minute and we can do a part 2 or of how the steps to heal. We can give them healthy ways to heal. We kind of talk about the basics tonight. You know, just take away, y'all, before Jay finishes. What does healing look like to you? What does self-care look like to you? And what is healthy healing? What is unity? When you come together. So you gotta love you enough. It's time to put you first, not in a selfish way, but in a way that God needs you to. Jay, I'm gonna let you go and finish up. I'm right here though.
Yeah, I mean, it's all about self love, self care, self awareness, and hurt people hurt people. Robert Kelly, he
Mhm.
was arrested at a young age, and
Mhm.
that's what happens as far as some guys, they internalize that hurt and pain and inflict it to other people. And it's sad that it has to end this way. Just the fact that he is making his music is bumping, but in the day the man needs
Mhm.
help. Jail might be the best place for him because you
Mhm.
can't do all that extra stuff, and jail might be the place for you because you can't be damaging people's kids, etc. Thinking you're gonna
Mhm.
be free. I don't care how high you are. Everybody at the end of the day got to answer to God. So I don't care how much money you
Mhm.
got, businesses you run, everybody gonna answer to God one day. So you know, yeah,
Mhm.
though. I said I appreciate you joining me. Anybody want to join me, y'all can. And thank you for this time. And
Thank you.
you know, like I said, let's just do like a little quick prayer before we head out.
Yes.
All right. Dear Father, thank you for this day. Thank you for this time spent. Continue to watch over us, bless over our loved ones, those we know, those we don't know, and continue to give us good grace and
Yes.
bless those in the homeless shelters, bless those in the foster care,
Yes.
and bless those in the hospitals as well. And I just thank you for this wonderful time with Keisha, and I just thank you for all you've done. In Jesus' name,
Yes.
Amen.
Jesus' name. Amen. Amen. Thank you. Thank you, Jay. And thank you all so much. Yes, that prayer will help you all.
Yeah.
I'm
So
telling you,
everybody
prayer
else,
changes
y'all.
things.
And so everybody, y'all make sure y'all share this video to everybody, and just you know, check out Keisha, and check out my channel as well. And everybody, y'all have a blessed night. Peace.
Have a good night. Blessings. Bye.